banana.
What?
We're real.
Banana?
Banana?
Yeah, with bananas.
That's bananas.
Oh,
We're gonna kill each other with hammers.
Wait a
Not
second.
really. We're gonna kill each other with a bomb.
Plungers.
Plungers. It's the new bros attack, plunger bros.
Luigi pulls out the poltergust.
Yeah, hello. To, I don't know, everybody here that's watching, if people are watching, hi. We have 4 of us, but you might notice that there's one of us that is not, that looks a little different,
I'm
from
a
before.
sussy imposter.
You can't,
Oh no.
oh, hello, doggo. Welcome to the Blastcast. Did not test out the audio mixing right now, the audio balance, so if things sound a little quiet from everybody, please tell me so that I can fix it. That would be much appreciated, honestly. But, I suppose, just to introduce each other from left to right, from, I guess, plunger order, we've got lineup, Wonderful Man.
Whoa. I am the Link.
Yeah. We got me here, the host to this whole thing. We've got Venja, also Wonderful Man. And of course, last but not least, not Mooney, but we do have a special guest today because on short notice we needed a 4th. We have wonderful Bo, or Bebosa Marina.
Yay!
Yippee! They are wonderful. Wonderful. But yeah.
I am so happy to be here.
And I'm happy to have you on. I'm happy to have you just on to talk about some fan games while we go play some Big Blast. Alright, I suppose that these avatars are cute. Yeah. They're cute. I was fun thing. I had like a sketch for an a little avatar for Bo set up. I sketched it out, and then I just kind of like put it on the back burner for like however long it's been. So would have had four, but
I mean, to be fair, we also haven't really like needed it until now, despite you starting like forever ago. So
yeah, true. I've got to just ping the actor role more to actually get more people on more often. I think, but that aside, fan games, right? Like,
Yeah, fan games.
so that tons of unfinished
Yeah.
sketches. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. I suppose just to kind of start out, what is your experience with like just kind of being introduced to fan games? Just what at the baseline, whether it be like how you got introduced to them as like a kid, or like just kind of seeing new fan games like in recent times. Like what's your current experience with those?
oh gosh, I don't know.
How far back do I go?
Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
exactly.
Most of what I'm going to talk about is Pokemon. But, I'm surely there's something way before then.
It must be. I mean, have we had the experience collectively of just like experiencing Flash fan games on like the school computers?
Most
Oh
definitely.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
We could
Can
we
get
could
the
start
real
there.
games.
That is a good place to start. Something that Avenger pointed out that I'd completely forgotten about. Y'all remember Super Mario Crossover?
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
Vaguely.
Mario Crossover was very fun. It's like it was just Super Mario Bros. 1, but with the ability to just play as a bunch of different NES characters as well, more or less 1-to-1 with how they played.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of this actually.
It was super old like Flash game.
Maybe I'll boot it up after stream.
I mean, you could check it out right now if you
I
wanted.
didn't get very far, but the one thing I found did not work. So
Ah,
Rip Flash, by the way.
true.
yeah. Here's my public execution. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mooney. We had to kill you. I'm sorry. You weren't able to partake in the Blastcast. We had to kill you with hammers.
Yeah. And now I have taken your place.
You were forced
I am
to.
Mooney now.
You were forced to push all 5 blunders at once. Thank you, Conquer. Yes, we were forced to. I guess that the person was the end of the social experiment. Fuck, you're right.
Aw.
Mooney's freaking dead. Yeah, Mooney's dead now, but yeah, like Mario Crossover was a very old one that I remember. Mario Flash 1 and 2 were also ones that I remembered a lot. Like,
Was Mario Flash the one where you had to kick? I don't know. I vaguely remember a really bad Mario Flash game where you had a health bar and you had to kick shells into Bowser at the end. And that was the only way to hurt him.
that,
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of that's completely different. I remember Mario Flash now.
Mario Flash was that really simple game. That really simple game that like had a weird level builder that was very simple Mario Maker kind of stuff, but even simpler than that.
I remember that now. My first and only level in that game was Pick a Pipe.
Oh,
Pick a fight.
oh, heck yeah!
I'm a great at level designer.
Is it weird that I played Mario Cross after Flash? I mean, no, that's not weird. Mario Cross was pretty cool. Yeah, like I think that your first level being Pick-a Pipe is a hallmark of why there were so many Pick-a Pipe stages in Mario Maker 1 and why there are still so many in Mario Maker 2. Because it's like just kind of one of the things that a kid says is like, yeah, that's difficult. Guess.
Winner.
I know how to get through this stage. You should know how to do it.
Mushroom Kingdom Fusion?
Confusing. I feel like I should know what you're talking about. I know that.
kind of agree. Like, I should know what that is. I for some reason when I hear that I visualize like really old YouTube animations that put Dragon Ball Z with everything.
Oh, Super Mario Bros. Z.
Something like that.
That was a big thing. That was like that forged people's childhoods. Like Super Mario Bros. Z.
So good. Peak.
Shoot, what else was a thing?
There's
Y'all remember Mario Combat with a K?
Oh, I do remember Mario Combat.
Was that one game with like that really strangely well animated Mario that was just like that you just kind of played a beat 'em up with?
The one and only. Oh wait, not the one
Yeah.
and only. There's a second. What the heck?
I need to look up
That's
some of
pretty
these.
cool.
Oh, what's being confused together from Sonic and Middle School? I feel like I know what you're talking about. Like,
Mario and Sonic like RPG. I kind of remember something like that.
yeah.
Oh, I can.
I think it
I
had
don't
like
think
Mega
I've
Man.
heard of that, but that sounds. I'm not surprised that something like that exists.
Was it like? Oh, now I gotta look this up.
I gotta start looking this stuff up too. This is the we just like half Blastcast, half Google search.
Start.
True though.
All right.
we will create memories, revive memories, and discover new things all at
Yeah.
once.
Wait a minute. Wait a tick. No, that's just.
Look at all of these. Look at all of these like clashing renders here. When I look at the screen,
What's going on?
I'm looking at just kind of looking at this. Just the ifs.io page for this. Like, look at all of these clashing renders there.
Oh my goodness.
Is that Mario art from Smash Flash?
That Mario art is from Mario Hoops 3-on-3.
Oh,
The Blastcast searches for answers.
Here we go.
We are searching for answers.
what the?
I don't know what else to say.
Mega Mario Sonic RPG Episode 1.
I just flicking through it.
Holy shit, I feel like I remember this. This is like a core memory right now. Hold on. Like it brought back a very strange core memory of just like seeing specifically that, like the Mario portion of that RPG thing.
Of course, you got the Marios from Superstar Saga.
Mm-hmm.
What are the Sonics from, by the way? Is that like Sonic 4?
Advance or Battle?
Hold on, let me take a look. Yes, that's I believe that's from Sonic Battle.
Okay.
Sonic 4 is the strange one of it not being a actual Sonic 4. It was more so just a Sonic mobile game that was made into Sonic the Hedgehog 4 to get all of the sales. to just like bait people into thinking this is Sonic 4. Mario Party 9 was a game with actual effort put behind it, though.
Fair enough.
Games are okay.
Like Sonic 4 was a game that still had like the old Sonic for phone or whatever, Sonic Mobile art, like logo or whatever in the background of some stages. That was that low effort.
Finish.
Yeah, it was that kind of game.
Interesting. I remember. I don't obviously. I never played Sonic 4, but I remember those sprites specifically also because of Ultimate Sonic Flash.
Yeah, Ultimate Sonic. Oh my god.
That game was so stupid.
go.
I discovered completely on accident a glitch. If you pause as you hit a spring, goodbye.
You just rocket away.
It hits you with the spring every time it hits you with you bounce off the spring repeatedly if you pause like frame perfectly, but it keeps moving you despite the fact that it's paused, including through walls.
That's really funny.
Oh?
So if you do that on an up forward spring, you can just kind of warp to the end of the level.
Yo, that's sick.
It's so cool. I love that I discovered that on accident.
The Ultimate Sonic Flash is like the it was like a kid growing up in the 2000s or like the late 2000s. It was the gateway into figuring out what the hell a Sonic was. That's how I figured out what a Sonic was.
Like search results and stuff, and so you're like, oh, I want to play Sonic for free, and that was it.
Yep. Aside from that, I had Sonic Heroes.
I was actually kind of lucky. I was able to get Sonic 1, the actual mobile app. Never really went beyond Green Hill Zone, but I was enough to get me into the series.
I mean, that's just how everybody plays Sonic 1. Like, everybody at a casual standpoint goes through Green Hill Zone and then stops playing because it stops being like Green Hill Zone.
Oh, this is scary.
Yeah.
This is like platforming now. This is like bad platforming.
There's lava? Nope.
Normally they don't give us that until like the 8th world.
No, on the other hand, Ultimate Sonic Flash did not give you any iframes.
Oh. Right, it didn't. The Flash games were they're like Sonic is in such a weird conundrum of like, I feel like people experience fan games more, like some people's like exposure to Sonic sometimes is more so through fan games than it is through the actual games themselves. Because there are so many Sonic fan games, and there are so many that are like actually genuinely pretty cool, that like you can just kind of experience a bunch of fucking Sonic fan games, and you just never never see the end of it.
And Sonic Mania they hired some fan game developers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like people that were like that made like the Sonic mobile ports and the Sonic CD port onto like modern consoles. Christian Whitehead and like Headcanon and all that stuff. If you count ROM hacks, then way too many. I mean, ROM hacks are kind of like I wouldn't say parallel. I'd say like they're on a similar wavelength to fan games, but like fan games are stuff that's more so built from the ground up into something. And
I would
Start.
I actually don't know where to start that thought. I'll get back to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Well,
Sonic.
Sonic, yes.
Um,
Sonic is a franchise.
You
With
all
a lot
seen,
of-
what's it? What I literally put it in chat. Triple Trouble, 16-bit.
I've seen a lot about that. Like, game looks genuinely pretty cool. I just haven't. I haven't really checked out a lot of like the 2D Sonic platformer fan games.
If I had to recommend one, it would be that one. It runs in like the Sonic 3 engine, and they just took the Game Gear or whatever the portable console was. I'm not a Sega head, and they just made it a Game Gear. Thank you. And they just made it a game, and I respect the heck out of that.
It's pretty cool. Sonic is like filled to the brim with a lot of fan games that are just built as we want to make this game that we saw on like this system, but like we make it better. We make it like an actual game. There's a lot of those games. There's a lot of those Sonic games.
Got kart racers. I've seen a couple fighting games. 2D, 3D.
Yeah.
A lot of variety when it comes to Sonic fan games.
Yeah, because there's just a lot of variety when it comes to Sonic entirely.
I guess that's true. Like, I guess I say that as someone who has never actually played a mainline Sonic game. So, like, most of my exposure to Sonic is through fan games.
Mm-hmm. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you're exactly what I pointed out. It's like some people just experience Sonic through nothing but fan games, and they just and like you're exactly what I'm trying to talk about.
I am that person.
like it's kind of just insane how like that's kind of why I think that fan games for like Sonic fan games never really just kind of get taken down ever, because they just know that like people will know of Sonic and talk about Sonic, and like just the name will spread around because people will just play Sonic and will recognize him from fan games.
I remembered something. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and you're the prime example, Bo. You're just the prime example of knowing Sonic through fan games, and then just kind of, looking at it from that lens.
Yeah.
You were saying, Lena?
Yeah, so I just remembered something really random. Super Smash Flash. Didn't the first one also have Sonic OCs in it?
It might have. Didn't that one have Mr. Incredible?
Oh god, did it?
Pretty sure
I never unlocked
Smash
every
Flash
one in that
had
game.
Mr. Incredible.
Smash Flash 1 unlocking requirements are stupid.
Yeah. I think that's.
The entirety of Smash Flash 1 was something.
the thing of all time. But,
Mario and Sonic could damage things by jumping.
nice.
You could very easily, might I add, reach past 1,000%.
Super Smash Flash had freaking Blade the Hedgehog as a playable character. I see. Also, Evil Conqueror says that Sega's the opposite of Nintendo when it comes to fan games. Yeah.
True.
I mean, I think that case is from the fact that Sega never, like, since Sega hasn't stopped, like, didn't start out stopping, why would they start stopping? Why would they start stopping them now? At that point, they've built up a reputation of just, like, not, like, being kind of the good guys about this stuff. So why would they start it
like
now?
what Doggo said, they're too significant to the community at this point. They'd
Yeah.
only be doing both sides any harm.
Like, Sega and Sonic Team, to a further extent, they just treat fan games as more exposure to this guy. Like, they treat fan games as this cool ass thing that, like, shows you that these fans really fucking care about this little hedgehog and making him as cool as possible. Like, they don't have to try. They do not have to try and market the hedgehog because fan games will do that just fine for them.
Time it does it better too.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool when Sonic Team themselves does a thing, but like Sonic has just kind of been a thing that has been taken by the fans, and then whenever Sonic Team releases something new, the fans just go like feast on that and then build on that more. Like the Sonic and Shadow Generations thing now. Fans are gonna feast on that to hell and back, and people are people are just gonna take that and run a mile with it.
That looks really cool. Like the animated, that looks really cool.
You know, it looks really sick. It looks really sick.
It might be the first Sonic game that I play.
Ooh.
It's a good place to start.
Might be the first
think.
Sonic game I got since Generations on the 3DS.
Ooh.
I did get that game. I played it through once.
Finish.
How was it?
Winner.
Definitely worse than other versions of the game, but
So sad.
it was still fun.
Generations does just have a whole lot of mods. Just like a lot of mods.
Is
Yeah,
Generations on Steam?
Yes.
Dang, I should get it.
I had bought it during like a Steam sale and I got it for like $5.
I just clicked on Discord trying to open Steam. What the hell?
You know, they're both like blue.
I
Got white
would,
symbols.
I would look into
Go on.
getting Generations before the new one comes out. Because they have a habit of delisting things. Didn't they do that when Origins came out or whatever?
I think so. Yeah, they delisted the Sonic. They delisted Sonic 1, 2, and 3 off of Steam.
Oh wait, but I also own Sonic Generations apparently.
Oh.
I mean,
I have
hey,
never played it.
There's a place to start then.
Yay!
It's also really fun just modding the hell out of it.
Yeah. That game, as Conker said, that game has so many mods. It is actually, you will never see the bottom of that game.
Oh, yeah, there's also the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
No,
That's
those are
not-
the
that's
two
not really a
Sonic
fan
games
game,
that
though.
I have.
No, it's not. No, I just scrolling Steam. Everything's on sale. Holy crap!
It's the summer
Sonic
sale.
Mania is on sale. What?
What do we classify Sonic 3 Air as?
That's a good question.
Like, it's like, yeah. Like, what am I supposed to classify that as? Because, like, that's not a fan game. It's more so a fan project for a game.
Fan port? Maybe?
Real-time fan dub. That's what we're naming it now.
You.
Fan-made remaster. We're naming it a fan dub.
Not a bad term, honestly.
Yeah, like Sonic 3 Air is absolute marvel of a remaster for that game. Like playing that, it's kind of just a marvel as to how much they actually did to that game. They added so many new things. They made it kind of just a modern game. There's widescreen support. There's support for new characters. There's like actual mod support. There's like an achievement system as well. There's so many different customizability options as well. It's just like they did so much. It is a decomp. Yeah, like they did so much to that game that it's like kind of insane. It is absolutely the definitive version of Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Is there like an Air for 1 or 2?
The mobile ports are the best you're gonna get there. Which I believe you can decomp those into running on PC natively. There are like simple ways of doing that. You just need like the APKs for the files or for the games, which I think you can get those pretty easy. You can, and I have, yeah. I figured as much. I guess speaking of decomps, has any of us messed around with the Mario 64 decomp?
I have yet to.
I have messed with it a few times. I think I played a bit of Star Road with a few people.
Oh. No, just that. Sorry. I was reacting to that.
I see. Yeah, it wasn't. I kind of joined in really late to like their whole session of that, but it was kind of fun. Like what you're talking about, the Mario 64 decompilation. I played like I played like a quote unquote ROM hack for that. I don't remember which one it was. I'd like to think it was Star Road.
People also has a lot of ROM hacks.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Start.
There's a lot of that. Still the best ROM hack.
I don't entirely know what you mean by decomp.
Decompilation.
Well, yeah, but
Are you talking about the co-op mod?
Well, that's more or less like the decompilation is the like since the game had been decompiled and like built from scratch to essentially run natively on Mario on PC. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where all of the other stuff that has been built for the game is stemmed from.
okay.
I'm understanding better.
They're just able to fuck with it now, like really easily, since it is now just natively on PC once you build it.
It's like Doom.
Yeah.
So I guess then people have done that for Ocarina of Time too.
Oh yeah, they have. Yeah.
I don't know if it's
Multiplayer Ocarina
different
of
from
Time
Mario
stream.
64 or not, but I tried to get the Ocarina of Time one working, but you need a PAL ROM, which I can't get.
Specifically PAL.
I don't know if it's specifically PAL, but not US. US ROMs won't work.
It's a little strange.
At least not yet. Not when I checked. Maybe they do now, but they didn't back then.
I suppose speaking of Doom, when you had brought that up, I could branch off and talk about Sonic Blast 2 and its I suppose, like, tangential title of Ring Racers for a bit.
Go off, I guess.
I mean, you'll get your time with the sun when we just branch off the Pokemon.
True. I might have one or two things to say. Like, I'm not good at the game, but I might have something to say about it. But anyway.
Ow. Who did that? I got who hammered? Mooney.
Was that Munibo reviving themselves and getting us back with the hammer?
Yes. No, this is them from beyond the grave.
Oh, I see.
I knew this would happen.
Yeah.
Send Ultra Stamp right back.
Resurrection.
Start.
Yeah, Sonic Level Lust 2. I haven't played it in a while, but it's kind of just a marvel of a game when you talk in the cast. Like, it's kind of a marvel of a game, because I remember a while ago when I was first when I had first found out about that game. This was like when I was probably like 10 or 11. I found out about the game. I was like using the family computer, just kind of in the living room, to just play the game for a bit. I was on just these weird hangout servers because I was really bad at the game. Because I was playing on keyboard and it was a laptop keyboard and it was like not like a good keyboard. It was like one of those shitty laptop keyboards. So it's like
Oh no.
not fun, like not a great thing to control with. So you know. So my whole experience with the game for a bit was just kind of experiencing it through lounge servers, which is just a big old hangout map. That's really it. You don't really do much in playing the game. You just interact with it. You just play it with other people, kind of. In a sense. I don't know. That was my first experience with the game. That was back in like the 2.1 days, very early 2.1 days. I don't know. That game is older than me. That game's older than all of us in this room.
Finish.
That game
Winner.
originated from like, I don't know. I would like to say 98.
Oh my god.
That game is old. You just hang out. Yeah, it is. It's just a hangout server. I think it had Persona 3 music in there.
Start.
That's what I remember about that hangout map. It just had Persona 3 music in there. But yeah, that's my first experience with that. And then after a while, I like randomly joined Kart Crew Dev, the Kart Crew Dev server. Fate is on vacation. Darn. Well, I hope he's having a good time with that, though. I didn't mean to sound bad and mean about that, but I just hope he's having a good time. Where was my train of thought? From the last two.
Kart
Yeah.
Dev server.
Yeah, I joined that for a bit back in like 2017. I didn't know what it was about. I'm pretty sure I just saw a trailer for SMB2 Kart V1 before that was released. I thought that was cool. I joined the server, said nothing because I was like 12. And then like years later, I check out SRV2 once 2.2 released. Massive overhaul of the game, was really cool. Was cool to see, cool to play. I still kind of sucked at the game, but it was still pretty cool to play. Alfred made a video on it. That was pretty cool to see.
He did?
Yeah, he did make a video on SRV2. I remember that one. And then Kart released. That kind of just became the brainworm for me after a while. I kind of got in it at the ground floor, so I kind of just got into it and was able to get into it for the whole for the whole thing. Yeah, like Thero's video on SRP2 Kart. Yeah, that's one of the other things that drew me in. Like, I think I was drawn into it before that. I just know that I was into the like. It was a strange time because the game was very active because of that.
Winner.
Like, it's such a SMP2 Card's such a strange game to talk about now, because like now it's kind of just it's very obviously like a final beta, or not even a final beta, just like a beta for what is now Ring Racers. It's like it has a lot of Mario Kart isms in the game, which is kind of what makes it accessible which is kind of what made it accessible to players that like were kind of looking at it from the outside. There were a lot of Mario Kart isms. Even like Battle Mode had a lot of those. Race modes had a lot of those. Like it's just like I don't know. It's a very strange game to talk about in retrospect, but like it was still pretty cool. Like it has a lot of mods. It's kind of like the game kind of turned into a Frankenstein of like the base game kind of is very simple. So and a lot of gameplay mods just kind of made the game way too fast and kind of ballooning out of proportion to what the original game was. I've ever played Ring Racer's test track for like 5 hours on 2.0.
I watched that stream.
Yeah.
It was great.
You guys were there?
No.
I was not there for that. I just kind of I knew that was the thing that happened.
It got pretty good.
I mean, hey, if you just force your hand and just playing against the max level CPUs and trying to place top half against them, yeah, you're just gonna naturally get better at the game.
Hyperbolic time chamber type beat.
Yeah. The initial bot race was really messed up. Like it was actually just kind of like they did not want you to beat that until you were actually good at the game. Because the kind of everything about that was stacked against you. The bots were max level, which they were really fucked up at max level. The game speed was on Gear 3, which is the fastest of the 3 natural gear speed, like the 3 natural speeds you can choose. So, and you're also playing as Eggman, which heavy man, hard to control on Gear 3. So everything was just kind of stacked against you on that. So you're just kind of expected to lose and lose and lose and lose. But back to I was talking about Kart, right? Like V1. Yeah. Game kind of turned into a hodgepodge of people throwing stuff at the wall that was the initial game balance and wanting to make it go faster.
Winner.
So it kind of ballooned into this weird hodgepodge of things that kind of worked. They were kind of cool, but a lot of it was just like a bunch of weird stuff. A bunch of stuff that like there was a lot of boost stacking, that was pretty cool. There was the whole era of just like having a trick system. That was time. There were like 3 different options you could choose for tricks. It was a whole system. It was kind of funny, but also very I don't know how to describe it. It's just like V1 has a lot of stuff because it's been out for 5 years. So there's a bunch of gameplay mods in there, and like now in Ring Racers there isn't really a need for really any gameplay mods because the game itself is already filled to the brim with a lot of stuff going on. Like a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there was like a passing thought of actually playing it for this podcast, but kind of requires a lot of brain power to really even play. So
Especially
decided
me,
against
I
it.
have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
True. Like, I would have played. I mean, that's also kind of why I would have thought about it, because I could bring up. Can I go back to? Yeah, that is one thing to bring up. Ring Races is a very, very, very complete game in terms of like the content there. It is very complete. Going back to V1, it's like there are 40 maps, 15 like port maps from like either Super Mario Kart or Super Circuit or DS. There were 5 community maps, and then there were a bunch of hell maps that were just like either too hard to be brought into the base game, or just like maps that just were not finished at all. Yeah, but now Ring Races, in comparison, is like a very complete experience in a way. Like there's a lot of maps, there's a lot of content to dig into if you actually are interested in it. It's just first impressions. First impressions are a big thing, like a very big thing to just kind of bring into it. And as a racing game, you think that for a franchise like Sonic, a racing game would make total sense for it. And in a sense, Ring Racers does kind of highlights how what happens when you translate Sonic himself as a game. Like the gameplay loop of actively getting better at the game to enjoy it more. Translating that into a racing game, or a kart racer of sorts. That's kind of the best way I can describe Ring Racers. It is translating a Sonic game and the gameplay loop that encompasses it into a racing game, which kind of leans into the first impressions of the game being very mixed. Like, very muddy waters down here.
Finish.
It's a Sonic Kart Racer in every way, especially with momentum. Yeah, it's a Sonic Kart Racer in every way, both good and bad. Because there's a lot of parts of the game that are just like actually flat out mean. Because Sonic games can be mean. Whether it's a good design choice or not is up for debate, but it leaves the game in a weird state where everything is incredibly faithful, which is really cool to see, but also can be very frustrating and alienating to people that just aren't either big fans of kart races or are fans of the medias that they are being faithful to.
Fuck the Death Egg!
Death Egg being a long ass Death Egg is if N64 Rainbow Road was mean.
What?
Evil.
Evil map. You know how N64 Rainbow Road is just this long map with not really much going on. Imagine if instead there were just it's like there's stuff just kind of happening. A lot of stuff that's happening. It's a long map, but you actually have to do stuff in it. You have to dodge things. You have to navigate the track well.
There's a godforsaken elevator room.
Oh yeah, in Lost Colony.
Oh, I'm goofing those maps up.
Fangames need games. Yeah. It's I don't know. Sonic can. I still think that thing is. Yeah, I think that is also the case because there is just kind of a map that's just missing. There's just an entire map that is just not in the game right now, but
Oh?
Yeah. But yeah. I can talk about Ring Races all I want, but I'm not really leaving room much other room for everybody else to get a word in. So I will leave it to. I suppose. Did you want to talk some Pokemon?
Oh, I could talk Pokemon.
Floor is yours.
Though I want to go back to an earlier distinction because like ROM hacks, that term feels general to me. So I was going to talk about like Pokemon Emerald Road, which by all definitions is a ROM hack. It's Pokemon Emerald. It's a literal patch over Pokemon Emerald, but it plays nothing like any existing Pokemon game.
Uh-huh.
So that counts as a fan game, surely then, right?
Yeah.
I'd say so. I think like it's more like ROM hacks and stuff are like a genre of fan game.
Mm-hmm.
than,
It's like a subset.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 'Cause on the other side of that is Pokemon Reborn. And oh boy, Pokemon Reborn. It was the first Pokemon fan game I had been exposed to. It was around when I got into shiny hunting. So I just found some people playing, oh, this is a Pokemon game that exists. They have custom shinies. I love shiny Pokemon, I'm gonna get this ROM hack. Really glad I didn't actually play the game back then, because it has a really heavy story. Like, there's a mature content warning, and I should have paid attention to that. So yeah, glad I didn't actually play the game back then. But having played it now, honestly one of the best Pokemon experiences I've ever had. Like, it's heavy, so it's a little too edgy, but I like it. Also, it's hard.
I suppose if you'd like to like delve into a bit of the nitty-gritty of the depth of this edginess, in a sense.
Well, I'll leave it at a blanket value of there's a lot of death.
I feel like that is a strong theme in many Pokemon ROM hacks and fan games.
Very true.
Yeah, diving into what Game Freak never wants to do. It's just like,
Exactly.
well, what if people or your mom's like, I don't know, did?
What if you watch someone literally stab someone else with an Aegislash?
Ooh.
That happens. A few times, actually.
Oh, more than once, I see.
And the crazy part is, it's not an enemy.
Wow.
What if you caught a saber-toothed tiger and it wasn't immediately docile?
Actually, Pokemon Reborn does kind of work like that, too. There's a built-in level cap where if your Pokemon go above a certain level, they will act as if they were traded to you and not listen.
Ooh.
Kind of a fun gimmick. They also added in the common candy, so you could level them down to make up for that.
Pretty cool.
I just found the site. I'm gonna download this.
Hell yeah.
I think my favorite Pokemon ROM hack is, I think it's called Rocket Red,
Ooh, that's a
where
good one.
you're playing from the point of view of a Team Rocket grunt, and so you don't get a team, you don't like go out and catch Pokemon, you are stealing them from other players. That's how you get all of your Pokemon, and I thought that was a really fun mechanic.
Oh, that's cool.
Very unique gimmick.
It is unique. From what I've heard, I believe the game also has a sort of karma system. So
I think so. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's been a while since I played it, but
if you steal fewer Pokemon, then once the police are around, they will actually reward you for either returning Pokemon that you stole or by just not stealing Pokemon in the first place.
Oh yeah, like there's like police in the game and stuff. It's fun.
I need to try that one. I need to try a
I
lot.
highly recommend it.
There are so many Pokemon fan games out there. Like
Really
I
are.
played. I talk up Reborn. By the way, when I finished my first file of Pokemon Reborn, as in completing the Pokedex, actually I'm gonna find the screenshot. It took me over 200 hours.
Shit.
Wow.
That's including the post game and a lot of shiny hunting. So if you just go for the post game is actually a pretty big part of the story too, but if you don't go for Dex completion and shiny Dex completion especially, it won't take quite as long.
Finish.
I'm also working through the Reborn team's second game, Rejuvenation.
They made a second one?
Yeah. That one's updated to Gen 8 mods. Reborn only has up to Gen 7. But it's also slightly less dark.
Mm.
I say slightly because it took like 4 badges for someone to die.
Start.
I
Opposed to
see.
0.
I see. As opposed to right out the gate.
Yeah.
We'll lead you
Another
in with
cool
this
thing that
impression
Reborn
of go on.
I'm sorry, go on. What was
Oh, I was like, we'll lead you in with this impression of they won't be as bad, and then it won't be, and then it'll be just as bad. Don't worry.
Yeah, it'll get worse, don't worry. We'll say there's a genius touch to Reborn. Every time someone is going to die, you will see an Absol in the overworld,
Ah,
which is a neat touch based on an old Dex entry.
because they're a sign of like actual of disaster striking an area, correct?
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah, that happens a lot. And it happens really early in Rejuvenation 2. But then, well... I was gonna say, that kind of falls under the vein of spoilers if anyone's even mildly interested.
I'm mildly interested, but I'm going to assume the idea is it happens early, so it kind of leaves, so the idea leaves your head after a while, but then it gets paid off later.
Kinda.
Okay.
Reborn, it happens a lot. The game's overall way darker.
Mm-hmm.
Rejuvenation, well, it has... I'd say... no, it doesn't have nearly as dark themes. Rejuvenation's... it's still rough, like if you're not used to it, especially for a Pokemon game. But there is a lot less of it.
Mm-hmm. Like it's funny to think that like with less tone like that, you can say that the game is matured.
Yeah, like there are dark themes, but the first I'll leave it vague then. The first Absol is misleading. Yes, someone will die, but it's not the person who you're immediately told is dead.
Ah. So, are we gonna bring up infinite fusions?
Oh, yeah, that's probably a pretty big fan game to bring up.
Certainly.
Because, yeah, Pokemon Infinite Fusion, like, took the internet by storm for a few months of people just making YouTube shorts of various fusions, themes, and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, a lot of custom art being made for it.
Oh, yeah. There's several websites where you can just look up every fusion. Do I have any saved right now? I don't think so. I'm playing through a file with my sister and a college friend of ours. My sister has a Pokemon nicknamed Arson.
Yo! That's sick! We gotta commit arson.
Hold on a second. I didn't agree to that. Hold on.
And we love arson!
Remember, kids, committing arson is okay. Don't take
It's
that
fun,
seriously.
even.
Please, do not take that seriously. we at the Social Experiment do not condone committing arson.
Committing arson is fun.
We
nice
at the
in
Social
game.
Experiment do not condone committing arson.
I said in game.
Unless it's funny.
Unless it's
funny.
asterisk in the video. Unless it's funny, asterisk in the video game, not in real life, in the video game. As a bit. Oh, awesome. We at the Social Experiment. We here at the Social Experiment do not condone committing arson in real life. Do not commit
That's bad.
arson in real life. That
I'll
is
go
not
no.
good. What was that? I already said the social. No!
I
You
gotta
can't
go.
do that! No! We did a fire.
Brace
Do we have
for impact.
anyone got a fire extinguisher?
I got a Scolipede thing on my desk.
Mamá huevo. Digo, glu, 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 glu.
What?
I ate the. What do you mean? Ate what? Did you eat the fire?
Conquer what?
Conker, did you eat the fire? Did you eat the? You ate the flames, right? The cat. You ate the couch. We have nothing to
Wall
sit
is
on
on
now.
Hold on a second. I think that means we need to get up and stretch.
Pillows.
You're right. You might have a
that
great
works.
point there, actually. We should get up and stretch. Everybody mandated, like, one moment of just getting up and taking a little stretch, okay? Everyone on the couch, just get up for a moment.
I got up for a moment. My thighs hurt.
Sit on
Hold
the
on.
fire easy.
Dear chat, I was being made fun of the other day for how often I jump. How often do you jump?
Motherfucker.
How often do you jump?
I jump none. Jumping
I-
is strange.
Jump?
I mean, I jump like...
Not at all.
Okay, jumping is whenever I'm like on a walk and I just see something that I can just like either jump over or jump on. Like those little, like when you're in like a parking lot and you have those those little concrete things you can just kind of
Oh
hop on and
yeah.
tightrope
Like
walk over.
curb.
Yeah, those little curbside things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just instinctively jump on them.
It depends
That's
entirely
awesome.
on this on like. Yeah.
Yeah. It just depends on the context. I will not jump in the house.
I
I'll
jump
jump
at
in the
least once a day, often skipping.
You know what? I respect the grind.
You're
Sometimes you just gotta
need to
jump.
Makes no sense.
You
Oh.
used to jump. You're right. Sometimes you just have to jump. It's okay to
Oh,
jump.
right,
It's
yeah.
okay. We have it's okay to jump, guys.
Anyways.
The jump whenever I go for walks or full on jogs. That is fair. You
Line
know
up
what people
more
say about
Pokemon.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll go back to that.
Sure. Okay.
I just wanted about Infinite Fusion too, because like the biggest thing is there's like 200,000 Pokemon in the game. Oh, by the way, they added like 30 more in an update not too long ago,
Ooh.
and that and like 30 more Pokemon means like an extra 20,000 fusions.
Yay!
But yeah, beyond all the fusions, the game's actually like a kind of collection of a whole bunch. Like it starts off just being a decently, somewhat modified version of the Kanto story, and then afterwards, you get a revamped Johto story. You get characters from Gen 5 apparently, even though the game's in Kanto.
Mhm.
It's kind of interesting. I need to finish it, but no, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it seems like for as funny of a game as it is just at a baseline, it's kind of neat that there's an actual story behind it. It's like, oh shit, this funny game actually has lore.
Four birds. Hold on a second. That's not. Wait. What do you mean all three of them? Why do they have 3 health bars?
What do you? Yeah, so Fangames. Yeah, we're talking Fangames. Hello, Star, and also hello, Kel. Thank you both for. What have you been talking about? Well, I talked
See, I'm
for
on
like a good
Pokemon
10
rant
minutes.
mode. I'm in Pokemon rant mode.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, Lenup is in Pokemon rant mode. I was in Ring Racer / SRP2 kart rant mode for a while. We talked about Mario Flash games. Did we ever bring up
did.
Mario 63?
We didn't, surprisingly. Hold on, before we go to that, I found the image. My total time on that file of Reborn, 262 hours and 19 minutes.
Wow.
Finish.
Guess
And
you had a good
I would
time?
attribute, like,
Winner.
at least 50 of those to shiny hunting,
Hmm.
but, yeah. But at the same time, that doesn't include save scumming, which I did a lot, because the game's hard.
Uh-huh.
The game also calls you out on it, by the way. There's a point in the game where you're called the F12 machine, which is the default soft reset button.
That's pretty funny.
Alright, anyways, Mario 63.
Yeah.
What a game.
Notice thank you, Moody, for putting the announcement in.
Yeah, also. Yeah.
I just noticed that. Notice, the social experiment does not condone committing acts of arson. Tails' Nightmare. Flashback unit.
I guess no.
Hold on, I gotta...
Nightmare sounds familiar.
What? Okay, I searched it up, and first results I got were Tails' Nightmare, Tails' Nightmare 3, and Tails' Nightmare 2. So there's a series going on here.
Wow.
Oh no.
Oh, this is from 2008. Oh, this is so 2008. Oh my god. It was a Tails Gold Creepypasta game?
If we go down the Sonic character creepypasta fan games, we're gonna get Sonic.exe before too long.
God. Yeah, let's go back to Mario 63 for a bit.
Yeah.
Is Sonic? Hold on. Is Sonic EXE a fan game?
I mean,
there have been
yes.
many Sonic.exe fan games. Like there's one that was just gameplay for the original story. That one sucked because during the chase sequence as Tails, you could actually move backwards, and Sonic would approach at the same speed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, many interpretations of that, and then somehow, like an action. I saw a story-ish one that was sort of like a Telltale game somehow.
Huh.
It was weird. It's weird. How far a poorly written creepypasta went into fan game territory.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, on Mario 63.
Yeah, that's like the quintessential Flash game that was just really cool.
Yeah.
Like, it was such a weirdly good Flash game as well. Like, it seems so simple. It's 2D Mario 64-esque game with FLUDD.
Yep.
And FLUDD made the game so cool because it's just like you're getting this cool thing from Sunshine. I didn't even know what Sunshine was as a kid. I was like, oh, this is like that cool thing from that one weird Mario game that I think my brother played.
But we all have like a similar Sunshine experience because like the first time I played Sunshine, it was in like a daycare. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's that one game from the daycare.
My dad was a Nintendo guy, like basically his whole life, so I was always a Nintendo guy as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Sunshine was one of the games I saw him play, and just at some point I would just... As a kid, I was scared of enemies in video games, so I would just wander around Delfino Plaza and nothing else.
Look, that's just a game in and of itself. That's the wonder of playing a game as a kid. Just like being able to make a game while not even progressing anywhere. You make a game out of the game. You get so much playtime out of that.
Yep. Of all the clips I've seen in Sunshine 2, there was one clip I did as a kid that I've never been able to replicate, where I clipped through the floor trying to leave the crate minigame.
Trying to leave the crate. Oh my god, that one weird thing with the crates you just gotta ground pound on. That crate minigame.
Yeah.
Clip through the floor, huh? Okay.
Trying to leave.
Oh,
I don't know how. I've never been able to replicate it.
I do that with 64 since I'm so bad at 64 platforming. Yeah, like 64. No, I get that. I get that with 64. That makes a lot of sense. Like 64 is a wonderful time capsule of a cool game, and then it becomes a cool game when you like spend another like 50 hours with it.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's just kind of a game that you look back on and think, yeah, this is cool. I can just kind of explore this for a bit. I can just kind of explore the game. I don't have to play it. I don't have to like progress in it if I really don't want to. Sometimes it's, yeah, I don't know. Childhood game. I feel like childhood games is like an entirely different topic we could just rant about for a bit.
Maybe.
But in another time.
Yeah. I think one of the coolest parts of 63 especially is how many things that were hidden in the game. Like you said, at face value, it's the Mario 64 map, but in 2D and with FLUDD. But then there's also There's a secret level if you enter from above the door to the upper staircase. There's a secret level if you take the elevators from the upper floor and just jump to the left. There's a secret path that gets you to the final boss before you do anything else.
That's fun.
Nice.
You can beat the game in like 12 minutes if you know what you're doing.
This just like that. Like Mario 63 was just. It's cool because like it's all. I think Mario 63. The best way to describe it is like all the things that you like would think to do as a kid. It just all works. Like
That's a good way to put it, actually.
Like it's just like all the things that you think to do. It's just like, what if I did this? What if I did that? What if I did this? What if I can get up here? It just all works.
Oh, not to mention the music and some of the remixes they use.
I know that Mario 63 is getting like a big old remaster, or just like built from the ground up. I remember seeing tweets about that, and I was like, "Holy shit! This was my childhood."
Mario, is it actually a remake of Mario 63, or is it that Mario Galaxy 63 thing?
No, it was an actual remake of 63. From what I remember.
Oh, I need to see that. Holy crap!
I can try to see if I can find it.
Y'all remember, I just looked this up to see if it was a thing. Y'all remember No More Plumbers?
Yeah.
Mm,
Also
maybe.
to answer your question about the official game mods of games counting as that, it's like,
See, that one's tough because it's like
that's in a it's
I
like
think
in
ROM has.
yeah.
Alright.
You can go. It's okay.
Oh no, sorry, I was reacting. Conquer Gifted Star, sub.
Oh, that's neat.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you for the gift sub. You're very kind. I don't know why the gift sub and alert stuff isn't working, but you know. Actually, I think it's just that I don't have it set up on specifically the Blastcast. That's probably it.
Mm.
Well, this is really neat.
Oh wow, thanks. Yeah. Pretty sick. Lucy Sip, you could use the Lucy Sip emote. Ooh.
Yep.
But yeah,
No More Plumbers was weird. Do you guys know No More Plumbers?
I'm like trying to see if this rings a bell. It doesn't ring a bell in terms of what this, in terms of what it is, but I can tell it's a No More Heroes kind of deal.
Yeah.
I just remember playing it.
It's like, what if Mario was an absolute loser? That's basically what the story is.
What if he was a bitch?
What if he was a loser and he was too broke to buy video games?
What if he was a boy failure?
Start.
Absolute boy failure. You going to answer my question? Like, I think we were trying to answer your question. We were like trying to answer like whether like about just the whole mods of stuff. Like, it's tangential to a fan game type of content, because like fan games and ROM hacks, like fan games are their whole thing of just like fan created like experiences of games essentially. I wouldn't count like just game like just general mods as that. It depends on how far the mod goes, because it's like mods can be a subset of a fan game if they really want to be. It depends on how heavily the game itself is modified.
Yeah.
So,
I
it
think
entirely
that's like
depends.
the scale. I think that was the scale of ROM hacks I was trying to identify earlier, because I mentioned Emerald Rogue. That's a fully original game, just a patch over Pokemon Emerald. But then there's something like Inclement Emerald, which is just Emerald but harder.
Yeah. What about Total
So that's
Conversion?
probably close to a mod.
Yeah. Like, total conversions, I would say, would be like a quote unquote fan project. Not quite a fan game, but a project by a fan. Oh, we look at deluxe style moms. It seemed like they would be lumped in fan game content. Yeah, like Benj brought up Sonic Triple 16-bit. That's a fan game. Homebrew stuff is technically fan games. Like Super Mario War, that was a Wii homebrew game. It's just a very simple game where it's just like 2D Mario platformer on a single screen, and you're playing against your buds. That's it.
That's the game.
Yeah. Time to chill. Chow World Extended for 10 minutes. That is a fan experience. Chow World Extended is pretty cool though. I haven't brought up Project M.
Oh, that's... Huh.
That is technically a fan game.
The one that Nintendo killed.
Yeah, the one that made Doki Doki Literature Club.
What?
Wait, what?
What?
PM died for that. It's made like PM has one of the lead devs made the DLC.
No.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Really?
That's why the game has hold on. DLC PM died for this. Yeah, it has this image. It has this little screenshot here. This is the screen in the game.
That's...
It's also still on the Switch version.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's a marvel that like the game actually Project Plus, which was initially Project M, which was just a whole revamp of Brawl to make it like a more in line with Melee, but with like the Brawlcast with a bunch of cool Brawl tech as well. It also just got a 3.0 release.
Oh dang!
Like
I might
it got 3.0 like about 2 weeks ago, if even that.
I might get that.
Yeah, it looks pretty sick. It adds like whole ass items. It adds the double cherry.
Wow.
You can just become.
Hold on.
You can just become the ice climbers, but with everybody.
Please tell me that's a special Smash mode in addition to an item.
I'm not sure. I know that's an item thing. Play Smash Remix. Yeah, Smash Remix is also really cool. And also, I shall read what you wrote up, Star. Extra Smash 64 mod. Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, right, that's what Smash... Yeah.
Chow World Extended is a very in-depth mod for SC2 that I love. Adds a ton of quality of life customization, straight up adds features that allow you to play Chow World as its own secondary game even without playing SC2. Yeah, like, Chow World Extended is a very... It's cool. That's like in the realm of being a fan game thing.
There's just the Chow World thing?
Yeah, Chow World Extended.
I didn't know that was a thing. I kind of want to go look into that.
It is very depthy in terms of how much there is that was added to it. And also, since we have a big audience, is the audio good on everybody? Can you actually hear everybody here? Is everything okay? Just want to make sure here. Yes? Okay, cool.
Excellent, thank you.
Just always want to make sure. Yeah. Would absolutely highly recommend just playing Project M or just trying out Project M or P+. Because even at a baseline, it is genuinely a really fun game, both at a competitive level and at a casual level. Because there's a lot of fun casual stuff in that game, a lot. There's a specific mode.
Is there anything else? I tried to. Yeah, go on.
Okay. There's one particular mode that I absolutely love in that game, and that is stamina mode with knockback scaling still on.
Yes.
that becomes an absolute treat. Because
plus turbo mode for like very specific things.
Oh god, that's even funnier. Like y'all know how stamina mode works in normal Smash gameplay, right? Like how you have a health bar instead of it. You have essentially a health bar instead of it being instead of it just being like a percentage meter that goes up and it makes you get launched further. Imagine stamina mode, like it's you actually don't get knockback shield at all. So it's entirely, you get launched at a set distance every single time with every move. It's like you're almost just playing at 0%. So, and imagine stamina mode with like a really high stamina count for every player, but instead of it acting like you were always at 0%, imagine it acted like a normal Smash game, where the
more you get hit, the
further you get launched.
Oh,
but
wow.
There's one more thing here, and it's really important. Instead of the blast zones killing you, it wraps you around to the other side of the stage.
Oh gosh.
Oh, like screen wrap? That sounds funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's very funny.
During the later parts of the game, you just get sent flying, and you just get sent flying like all across the screen like several times, and it is hilarious.
It's awesome.
It is some of the most fun I've had in a Smash game ever, because it's just like it just becomes a clusterfuck after a while, and it's great.
That's one thing Pierre and I did a lot when we first discovered first got it rather. We knew about it for a while before we could actually play it.
Yeah. I should just like show it off like in a stream at some point. Like it's honestly just a fun casual game. I feel like it would kind of just fit well in the kind of vibe that would work here. I think it would fit. I think it would do well over here. How would y'all feel just watching this like once?
There's one thing y'all need to know about me. I am an ultimate player. I despise Melee with every fiber of my being. But Project Plus is really fucking cool. Like, I'm bad at it, but at least I know why.
Mm-hmm. Eyeball.
Yeah. Eyeball?
Kel, does that mean you'd be interested in watching Key Plus?
Isn't Knuckles in that game?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm down.
That's all we need. That's all I needed to hear. I'm down. Sure, why not? All right.
Yeah, Project Plus.
We can do that
also,
at some point
Smash
in the future.
Remix was brought up. Smash Remix would also be kind of fun because there's a bunch of characters, some like completely original characters who have never seen any Smash at all.
Mm-hmm.
And my main is the Mad Piano from Mario 64.
Oh right, I remember seeing that. That was so cool.
Wait, really?
Seeing just the Mad Piano in the game, it's just like, oh, that's just a guy. That's just a guy in the game.
Piano was
so
hilarious.
Cool.
It's Dash has a hitbox.
Okay, hold on.
It's Land has a hitbox.
They're cooking.
Any attack that opens the piano, it shows the teeth. There's a hit on open and a hit on chomp.
Did you consider the
Damn.
suggestion I pitched one day? I forget that game suggestion. I honestly just forget what it was, so you might have to remind me, Star. I'm sorry.
So yeah, Smash Remix is really funny. Project Plus would be really cool. And if we want to risk the Nintendo Ninjas coming after us, we could do HDR, which is Project Plus but Ultimate.
Ah, right. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Oh, right. Yeah, that would be an interesting game to do. It'd take a while to set it up, because New Horizons is wonderful when having to spend 5 minutes in cutscenes watching everybody come across to your island. But,
Oh, God.
you know,
Oh yeah, remember when we did the like Mario Party
I
thing
still
on
have
your
that whole
island?
set. I still
Cool.
have that whole thing set up, by the way.
We should
Oh,
definitely
hell
like
yeah.
I have
record a
all of your
session of that.
yeah.
That would be cool.
I have all of your tiles downloaded, and I have a start. I've got a wheel, and I've got 3 spaces.
I think that in retrospect, I realized that it would take for fucking ever to do anything like that. But I think we could at least get some content out of it, like the mini games that I set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Like, because I have a whole set of mini games that I set up here. Like, we're kind of just rambling at this point, but this is okay. It's okay. We can just ramble. Like, sometimes you just have to have the podcast be real like this. It's okay. But yeah, just a bunch of mini games. I have a mini game where it's just it's literally Big Blast. We're playing Bowser's Big Blast. Think like you know how you can get a pitfall. You make a pitfall and just bury them, right?
Yep.
I have a setup where you have like 5 rows you can go down with 5 different buried items underneath them. One of them is a pitfall. So just pick a path and hope. That's it. That's the minigame. But it's funny.
It's very funny.
I also have that one arena that Alfred made an entire video on, where it's just like it's just like trying to hit somebody with the like bug catching net in an entire arena. It's funny. I think there was another minigame. Go on.
Animal Crossing's just kind of hard for me to go back to in general. I think if I knew that was gonna happen, I could get into it.
Right.
But
I
don't know.
That was a game that like caused the entire world to go into like a collective brain rot, because the entire world shut down for like a good, I don't know, few months, until people were like, actually we can't have this physically happen because the economy is in shambles. Let's not worry about that. Yeah, but the collective brain rot happened for a while. And then the collective brain rot was forcibly stopped because everybody realized, oh wait, this is like the worst burnout ever. Just got hit with the collective worst burnout of all time, and then everybody stopped playing.
Yep.
That few months though was like probably some of the best Animal Crossing ever.
Yeah, no, it was,
That was
absolutely.
my first time playing Animal Crossing. So like, I would say pretty good opener.
Y'all remember the era of just like people getting shamed for time skipping?
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
There was an entire war going on Twitter about just like, oh, but you time skipped. Oh, what side were you on?
Pro time skipping
I'm
all the way.
I think if we do actually want to do this Animal Crossing or Mario Party Animal Crossing thing again, I might just reset my island.
I think the best way to do it is just like kind of explore the ideas that I kind of set up, and then also just kind of play some of the mini games around the island.
Probably.
Yeah. Also, Mooney brings up. I
But
finally
like
got
my
the clothing
golden
shop.
Oh no, sorry.
Yeah, but Mooney also brought up. Yeah, I finally got the clothing shop to move in. Now what? Yeah, that's just that was the New Horizons experience, all right.
When you only go backwards, Conquer, how does that work?
I don't see. We're not playing Uno Conquer. I don't know if we can really go back in time for this one.
Uno stream would go hard.
Your Happy
Uno
Lucky
stream.
Lottery ticket's gonna get like I don't know, revoked. The Happy Lucky Lottery is waiting for you. Come on, you can't go in reverse. No, so I missed my birthday. I'm guessing. So you mean you don't miss your birthday? I'm guessing. Yes. Okay. Makes sense. We were talking fan games, right?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Went
I
on a
think the
tangent.
derailment is completely fine because we're still talking about kinda the same
We're
stuff.
talking about
About
video
games.
games.
Yeah.
True.
As long as we don't derail from video games, we're good.
Yeah.
You guys seen that new movie? No.
That is not a video
That's a good
game.
way to do that.
So, Bo, did you have any fan games that you wanted to bring up?
Yeah.
I know Rocket Red was the first one I thought of when the topic was brought up. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you guys remember the, like, what is it called? Like, Kaizio Mario games?
Kaizo
Oh,
Mario.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those sure were a thing.
Cat Mario.
Yeah, Cat Mario.
Dude, Cat Mario. That's...
It's
How
like
do I
all the...
describe Cat Mario?
I was actually introduced to Super Mario RPG through, like, a website that was, like, it was totally just someone's, like, shitty collection of Mario Flash games that they liked, and also some Newgrounds animations. But I, like, lived on that site. I have, like, there are so many Flash games just, like, burned into my brain. And none of them were very good either. I don't know, I think it's magical to be able to play little Flash games that are just Mario again, but cooler, I guess, because you can play on your computer. Wow.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and like multiplayer fan games for single-player games, like Inscription. Yay! You guys like Inscription?
Good game. The infinite mode's good.
Mm-hmm.
You know...
Yeah.
One thing I've just, like... I just kind of remembered from the back of my brain, thinking about, like, on the topic of fan games, I remembered a really cool one that I had found out after I had, like, kind of gotten into Mega Man X, that whole series. The whole fan game project of Mega Man X Corrupted.
Oh wow.
Mega Man fans have a fan game scene?
Yeah, Mega Man X Corrupted has been a fan game that has been in the works for years now. Like, it has been in the work for 15 years.
Wow.
But it's like
Whoa.
it's a kind of insane thing right now. Like at this point, like it entirely switched engines. 16 years that game has been in development. You know, it's like kind of insane thinking about it now. Like, it looks so cool now. It's like I can see why this game has been in development for so long. Because like people were starving for Mega Man X content. Even like all the way back then, people were starving for that content. And people like this is like the most people have been getting. Just seeing this coming into fruition. And it looks so cool. Like, one of those things that is just like, I honestly can't wait to see what comes of it. And also, I'm very happy for everybody that actually, for all of the Mega Man X fans that actually are seeing this game come into fruition. I've been playing Make a Good Mega Man level. We're still starving for Mega Man content, let alone X content. So heck, I'll wait for as long as I need to play Corrupted on it. Like, yeah, that makes sense. X Corrupted is like a behemoth of a project, but it is a marvel to just see. Yeah, that was my little few-minute long rant.
This looks really cool.
Yeah. It's really cool. We've been going for an hour and a half now. Been at it for a minute. Do we have any other thoughts here?
I wonder what, like, is next for fan games. Like, are they just gonna keep getting more and more wrecked?
I feel like honestly, for fan games, I feel like there's the real way that fan games go would kind of just seeing the fans making these fan games, branching off into becoming game devs and just making like their own passion projects. Like that already happens a lot already. Like people have done that a lot. There have been a lot of fan games that have just came from. There have been a lot of games that have just come from game devs that made fan games way back when.
Undertale.
True.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute, yeah. Pizza Tower.
Pizza Tower.
I also do. So there's like the two sides of it then. There's that. There's when fan game devs go and make on their own passion projects. And then there's like people who are getting into it in the first place, being inspired maybe by other fan games. So they're never gonna end. Fan games are never gonna end.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, God forbid, Nintendo goes like, it makes them all illegal.
I am going to kill this game engine because I don't
Very
like how people are
legal.
using it.
I feel like that wouldn't really be in jurisdiction for Nintendo to do entirely. Like just making entire fan games just illegal. Like, and also since fan games are just kind of, they're always gonna be there. Even stuff like AM2R, that's always going to exist on the internet. You can probably do an AM2R, like you can probably Google search another Metroid 2 remake AM2R on Google. You could probably find it within a few clicks. Just like be careful doing that.
Like even then, like Project M was literally killed, and now we have Project Plus, which is largely the same.
Mm-hmm. And also, Doggo bringing up, if I may go back to the Sonic fan game scene real quick, Sage is a yearly fan game showcase. It used to be just about Sonic games, but now they show all kinds and even indie games. For me personally, it's what led me to discovering games like Freedom Planet. Yeah, Sage is a super cool thing. It's the Sonic Amateur Games Expo, where it's just like, I know it used to be just all about Sonic, but I know that it is absolutely just kind of entirely branched off into its own thing of just being about indie games alongside Sonic games. It's a very cool thing. It's very cool.
I know I learned about Pizza Tower through the Sage demo that they had.
Yeah, they did have a Sage demo for that game.
Sage is awesome.
The Sage is absolutely awesome.
It's also I found out about what's that one Sonic? It's a thing on Steam now. It's like Spark the Electric.
Spark the
something.
Electric Jester.
Yes. That one's pretty cool.
That's the Sonic inspired game. Yeah.
Is that that's not a fan game though.
Yeah, I mean that's more of an indie game now, because like that's entirely unique to what Sonic was. Though there's one thing that's like that indie devs do have to, that indie devs should avoid when it comes to making say X inspired games. You gotta avoid harping on like, oh, do you want like this game but without this thing that makes you really annoyed? You gotta stop marketing it like that.
Yeah.
You gotta stop the direct comparisons. You just have to let the game speak for itself. Because making your intent entirely clear from the get-go kind of just, like, defeats the idea of what... kind of just defeats the purpose. It makes yourself look worse. It makes the other games... It makes you look like you don't like the games that you're trying... like, that inspired you. In some way. I mean, like, yeah... But the game does that itself. Does that by itself. The game it does not need to be spelled out. That's the main difference here. Like, there's a big difference between spelling out a comparison and just letting the comparison speak for themselves and the inspiration speak for themselves. Players can find the minutia of like what is improved or what is changed by themselves. They can figure it out for themselves and form their own opinions from there. But yeah, fan games are cool. I think that's what we can come to the conclusion of. Fan games are just really cool. Do we agree, chat?
Yay! We love fan games almost as much as we love arson.
Almost.
Almost.
Don't make me tap the sign. Don't make me tap the sign.
Real quick of a.
We don't
Pokemon
need a
that
sign.
spurred.
Sorry.
Where's my... Gotta sit through my history. I'll be a moment.
Chat, what are some of your favorite fan games?
Yeah, give us some fan games that you love.
Start.
Give us more things to look at, more things to love.
To
For
play
real.
your fan game. Point.
Yeah. Do you got a fan game that you're making?
What's your dream fan game?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is actually a really good question. Ooh, actually, I've got one. It's a little niche though. I've been
Shoot.
First of all, Fire Emblem. I'm actually like one of the 3 Fire Emblem fans in the world. But I always thought it'd be cool to see a crossover between Fire Emblem and like other things. So even if it was just like Fire Emblem characters in the Pokemon world or Zelda characters in the Fire Emblem world, something like that, I'd love to see that.
I've got something for you actually. Look up Project Zone X2, I think it's called. It's got like Yakuza characters and shit in it.
Ooh, that's pretty neat.
I think. I'm not sure.
I see Phoenix Wright and Kazuya in there. What am I looking at? And Mega Man.
On the 3, I'm not sure if they were Amiibo exclusive, but I know Crom and Lucina.
$10 on Amazon.
What?
Well, what game is it on? Or what platform is it on?
A 3DS.
Well, I mean, you have homebrew right there. You know what to do.
There's a camera.
Ooh.
Nintendo Ninjas, you heard nothing.
Nothing at all. We love
Does it
Nintendo
actually have
here.
Fire Emblem characters? Oh, let me look at this box art again real quick.
I wanna say it though.
Actually,
I would not be
Nintendo.
surprised if someone in this box art is a Fire Emblem character from a game I haven't played.
Actually, Nintendo, if you wanted to do something about it, then you should totally re-release 3DS games on a handheld that is not the 3DS, or like something that is more modern. That way you can do something about this. Otherwise,
This is true.
crack open them 3DSs, because we're gonna play some Kid Icarus Uprising.
3DS is
Hell
my
yeah.
favorite console. Please give me a new one.
Please give me more Street Pass. And once
I
Oh,
want
I
Street
found
Pass.
it,
I want
found it.
Street Pass.
Found a screenshot from the game that very much is Lucina. Lucina Fire
Honestly,
Emblem.
It's kind of fucked that the Switch doesn't have any Street Pass.
I miss it.
I see why it doesn't though.
Yeah, I can entirely see what the Switch doesn't have Street Pass because the Switch had to stray away from everything that made that previous console generation. So anything that the Wii U did, no, we're not doing that again. We're straying away from that entirely. Mii's exiled, executed even.
Memes.
But like, this was a generation for Nintendo to just heal, and they certainly healed. Like, they healed, and they're making genuinely cool shit again. Utopia would like to have a word with you. That was one game.
I mean, yeah, Miitopia is also like a remake of an old game, and I'm glad that they added the makeup feature, and I really hope that they see how crazy everyone went with the makeup and like, oh yeah, people like this sort of thing, and make more Mii games. But I don't think that's going to happen. It's been a while.
Yeah. It is something we can dream about. Tomodachi Life, dude. I should do a stream of that at some point.
That would be really funny, actually. Just Tomodachi Life, but it's everyone in the server.
Oh
God.
yeah, I would be so here for that. I can give you my little Mii QR code.
There were
I'd
just
have to
Mii
think.
QR codes, weren't there?
Oh, would I have, I guess
Utopia.
I was gonna ask would I have to own the game, but like, homebrew, hello.
Yeah, homebrew.
I was gonna do a Miitopia Nuzlocke, but I'm scared.
Oh, Miitopia.
I see. You don't want to kill off you don't want your goobers to die.
Also, it's just a lot of grinding, because like Miitopia is not a game where you are expected to not die, you know?
Yeah.
And they take away your guys at the start anyway, so if you're by yourself and you die, it's like, well, okay.
Well, shit, run's over. Run's dead, guys. Chat, I am sorry to inform you that Miitopia is over.
Oh no.
We have defeated Miitopia.
No, Miitopia has defeated me. I'm sorry, chat.
Shh.
Since we're playing Bowser's Big Blast,
Bo, you've technically won like 10 or 11 times now. How do
Yeah,
you
I
feel?
saw.
Yeah, I think you're
I
like
am
at 12.
feeling pretty good about my totally real wins. I'm controlling it with my mind power, see?
Revenge has been unfortunately kind of unlucky this session.
yeah, very unlucky, unfortunately.
I've been scrolling through Twitter. I can't blame. My luck's been misguided. That's what we're going with tonight, at least.
Yeah.
I don't
Lost your
really
way.
think that's how that works, but I will believe you.
I think his luck just needs to be recalibrated a little bit. Look at GPS, it's lost its signal. Yeah, lots of signal by a bit of a margin, but you know.
Gotta like throw it against a wall.
Hold on a second.
Maybe not against a wall.
On a pillow or something.
Okay.
I think we're kind of winding down on the fan game topic now.
Yeah.
I think
Perhaps.
this has been a good.
No, this
Yeah.
has been a wonderful session. I'm glad you have joined us, Bo. It's been a wonderful time to have you here.
I'm glad to be here. If we ever kill Mooney again, just let me know.
right. Well, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to join on the Blastcast again at some point, We do them the first Saturday of every month. So if you wanted to join up, I could make a fifth little mic setup for you.
Yay!
Yeah.
Indeed.
Although I want to make more work for you right now, but maybe I will return.
Woo.
You'll have
Maybe
to watch
someday.
the next one so you can find out.
will the Babosa return?
Find out next time.
Now get off our lawn.
On Blastcast C. Alright. I suppose with that, I think it's a good time for us to end the show here. Or end this little episode off here. Oh no, we're ending the show. We're ending the series, guys. That was the last Blastcast
No.
ever of all
We
time.
lied about the next episode.
Last episode. Yeah, no. Sorry, series is getting canned right now. This is the series finale. Gonna have to end it off here. So sorry, guys.
We're gonna have to find a way to get Mooneybo back in the reboot, but it's okay.
Yeah, they're rebooting the series.
The couch got burnt.
Epic reboot 1 month later, just coincidentally. You know, just conveniently 1 month later, as when it was supposed to air anyways. You know, cool reboot. You know.
The social
Yeah.
See, we're under new management then. That's what's gonna happen.
All right.
You know what they say.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that sounds wrong. Okay.
Well, he's still shooting with Azuka, so. Alright, I suppose with that, we shall do one more game of Big Blast.
Oh, yeah.
One more game of Big Blast. Will Venger make it to 6 wins? Let's find out.
Start.
Mario Party. Oh, dude, we didn't ever talk about Party Project.
I mean, we didn't, but at the
I
same
get-
time, we don't really have much we all collectively don't have much experience
Yeah.
with it, which is probably why we didn't talk about it.
I've never heard of it.
That's very true. Well, alright then. I guess, a brief summary. I actually think I talked about it in a previous Blastcast, oddly enough.
Maybe?
Fan-made Mario Party uses some original and some existing boards from the Mario Party series. Custom minigames, custom bonus stars and items and stuff. It's cool.
Also,
Also, you
made for
can make custom
Parsec.
characters. True.
I see.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
So one of these days, I think we're gonna have a game or two with all our OCs.
Yeah. Yippee! Also, the answer to the question was no. Avenger was not getting the 6 wins today.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, whoops.
Just wasn't feeling it.
Anticlimactic conclusion that was not even acknowledged. Oh no!
Maybe I should track placements and not just wins. I had to go back way too far to find those.
Is there a topic going on right now? Oh, because I walked away for a little while. We're kind of just wrapping things up. We're just doing this last game of Big Blast.
See what
I'm probably gonna
happens.
go play,
Yeah, I haven't had dinner yet.
Pokemon Report. You haven't had dinner yet? It's like 11.
It's 11 o'clock!
Go on.
Well, I
Had
was like
ramen.
ready. My dad came in like 30 minutes ago. He's like, "Hey, do you want dinner?" I'm like, "Yeah." So
Here.
I'm sorry.
no, it's
shit.
fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad now.
Okay, I'm
Why
still
do you
sorry.
feel bad? No, I feel bad.
Finish.
I'm very used to
Today's
eating.
Blastcast is aggressively promote Bo eating habit.
No.
Eat better, Bo.
It's my
You-
whole
See-
family.
see, you
I'm
won.
raised.
You won.
Oh,
Yeah,
God bless them,
whatever.
yes.
Cross his arms. I won at what cost?
Well, the cost is you're eating. You gotta eat.
Yeah, I mean, health is pretty
Whatever.
important. Alright, well, that was our stats.
Yep. Have you compiled the
Avenger, I'm so
stats?
sorry.
Do we count bows as like collective as Mooney and Bow?
I don't mind sharing
guess-
my points with Mooney.
Just put like a
Alright,
slash
I'll-
between Mooney and Bow, because it still works.
Oh, no, it's Moody parentheses bow.
That's good.
True.
Alright, I will pool your wins with Mooney. So then our collective stats are now I am at 58, Pure is at 57, Venge 51, and Mooney Bow also 57.
Ah, I see. Venge has taken a fall from grace, unfortunately.
It has to happen sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. We played 40 minigames. We played 40 times. Wow. Beatmaster CPU, yo, that's a great bonus.
Oh hell yeah! We get points too. Even though
Hell
there's
yeah.
literally nothing for us to spend coins on.
Yeah, I could get like gallery stuff, I think.
I
Yeah.
purchased literally everything that's available.
I hope the next Mario Party has more unlockables.
Yeah.
I agree. Or some other use for coins when you get them all.
I'd imagine there's going to be the unlockable board, because I think one of them was a Bowser board, so I'd imagine that one's just going to be unlockable.
Yeah, 7 boards.
Yeah, like 7 boards, by the way. I am so glad that we've moved past the fact of the unfortunate tale of Super Mario Party having 4, this game having 5. We actually have substantial board content. Oh,
it's
this game's gonna be so
online?
good.
Yeah, like we're cooking.
Before?
Hmm?
Is there a game that's had 7 boards before though?
Mario Party 5.
Okay.
Mario Party, actually, I think Mario Party 9 also had 7 technically. One was the DK board though.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah,
That one
DK board
was
doesn't count.
weird.
Mario Party 1 actually had 8.
Really?
It had 8 boards, though a lot of them were half cooked. So
I see.
there's a reason why they trimmed it down to 6 for the following entries.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was 6 for most of the games, like for like most of the games following that. 5 was different. It had 7, but yeah. Looking forward to Jamboree.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Mm-hmm. But that aside, it is time we end this podcast off.
Indeed.
Oh, whoopsie. With all this being said, let me just, I suppose, just giving a shout out to all of the lovely couch here, sitting with me on the Blastcast from left to right. We have the wonderful Let Up.
Gotta catch them all.
There's something funny about Link saying that. We have me, the wonderful host here, Pure. At least I think I'm wonderful.
I think so.
I would say you're wonderful.
You're
Thank you.
awesome.
And thank you, Venger. And speaking of you, Venger, we have you, of course, the wonderful Venger.
Oh, I missed.
And of
Wait,
course,
what?
last but certainly not least, our special guest for this Blastcast, taking the place of Mooney for this one temporary stream, because Bo.
So long, paisanos.
Yeah,
Good reference.
Mooney technically is not dead. It's okay. They were not actually tragically killed in
I only incapacitated them for a short while.
Yeah, incapacitated. You know what? There's actually some very important lore here. There's a reason that Moonibo had to put the notice in the announcements channel, because they got incapacitated by arson.
Mhm.
that happened before the stream. We have to put the notice out here now. So, but with that, it's been a wonderful time. shooting the shit with y'all on the Blastcast. I
As
hope to
always.
see you all next week when we probably do more Four Sword. Or not next week. Not next week at all. I'm gonna be gone for the next 2 weeks. So,
Oh, shit.
Lying.
yeah, no, I'm lying. Actually, wait, hold on. I have to triple check this. Might actually be gone for the next 3 weeks because because the week after that, I'm gonna be going off to. Actually, no, we'll be gone for the next 2 weeks. I'll be gone for the next week because I'll be coming back the weekend of.
Singular?
Yes, I'll be
Oh.
gone for 1 week singular. I'll be back for the next weekend, and then I'll be gone for the week after that as well. I'm going up to California, so it's a bit of a process. So I'll put in an announcement about that, just about missing a stream.
I will technically be out also the weekend of the 20th, but I'm visiting a family member. I could stream from there too. No big deal.
Talk about low budget flights, no food or movies. I'm out of here. I'm gonna visit Super Nintendo World on when I'm going up to Cali, so that'll be pretty cool.
Ooh, yo.
Yeah. Right.
that.
I'm sure I will. But with that, I shall see you all in, I'd say, 2 weeks from now.
Have a good one, folks.
Farewell, chat.
Fare thee well.